Grimpunk lands of Terra. We're a quarter of the way there to our finale. Wow. We're gonna hit 100.
We're gonna hit 100.
Last session, the Killjoys traveled out of the Grey Spine and met with their first customers, the haggard soldiers at the rundown border outpost of Fallowheart. Dandin stepped into the role of the eponymous Theophilus Killjoy. Always love to see that character come back. And negotiated poultice sales and treatments for Trenchfoot, netting the party a cool 150 GP, as well as potential future business if you ever return to this backwater fort. Setting out in your cart then, you all worked on some downtime tasks, ranging from sparring practice between John and Elias to Corey and Dandin's various tinkering projects. You also met and talked with Scarla, Lady of Blood, who remains bound and locked in your examination room. After an intense conversation with her, you've yet to fully reach a decision regarding what to do with this dangerous blood mage. Can she be trusted? Is it safe for her to be released back into the world? Questions that may yet still be answered. But that is where we are now. We're going to rewind very briefly to your last night of travel. So this will be night 6 on the road before you arrive at Pravia in the morning. After another day of traveling through Astoya and all the difficulties that brings with it, sleep finds you all soon enough. Coralia, on this, your last night on the road before you arrive at Pravia, and potentially your own home, frozen in time. Coralia, how are you feeling? I saw the fists raised, ready to throw down, eh?
I'm gonna smoke some illicit substances. Because I am
Sure.
terrified.
Totally fair. Totally fair response. Valid feelings to be experiencing. As you smoke and attempt to calm yourself, where does your mind turn?
I'm probably trying to remember whatever is the fastest means in and out of town, and it's hard because it is foggy.
Thinking then of how can you get to your home, get what you need, and get out?
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Pretty much. That's pretty much where the brain is gone to.
Yeah, you have this goal in mind of your wizard book, right? Your spell book, the research that you conducted. Maybe in there might be some clues, some useful knowledge that can help you and your companions in your current predicament. But going back will bring memories back, almost certainly. You will see things that will be hard to see, feel things that are hard to feel, and beyond even just the emotions you're going to have to deal with. You know that you were a different woman back then.
Yeah. Very much so. A very vindictive. And I might still be a little. about all of the people. And what that's gonna look like after 2 decades.
Mm-hmm.
And then it commonly lingers back to Skyla. And the possibility, maybe. It's kind of very cyclical where it goes.
Corey, as you try to find some rest, it takes a while, but sleep does finally find you. And your mind begins to dream.
No. Don't change the music.
Oh, we're gonna change the music. Why don't we?
Wow.
What is it? Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. There we go. Is that working?
Ooh. You
Says it's minimized and paused.
Oh, oops. I forgot to. What about now?
There
Yeah.
we go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll just do this instead. There we go. This is so fucking janky.
Spooky.
Ugh. Corey, when sleep finally finds you and your mind begins to dream, you are not alone.
Ah! Okay.
You begin to sense a presence. Someone or something that is lurking, looming nearby in your dreams.
I know you're there. I'm a lot smarter in here than I am out there.
As you call this out, the presence grows stronger and begins to draw near, manifesting from the ethereal echoes and the mists of your dreamscape. You see a strikingly dressed man in a finely tailored tunic and cloak. He has black hair and a sharp goatee, both streaked through with gray. If you open Roll20, you can see.
Oh, right, fuck. Sorry. Sorry. I apologize. My
No worries.
report is taking forever to open. It's just a moment. I am human. I knew I was forgetting something. Sorry, I have been so anxious for the start for the start of this game. Cool. There it goes. All right.
See that?
Yeah.
Corey, I'm sure you recognize
Yeah.
the man back at Hoffrey's house, Martorius,
Yeah.
Archabjurer Supreme of the Theurge.
Yeah.
His eyes find yours, and he gives you a perfunctory once over, up and down, and seems to smirk. Seems to find you wanting. And then he speaks. How quaint. Non-detection for the divination, but you've left your dreams open. After all I've heard about you, Coralia von Tark, I must admit I'm disappointed.
Oh, and I base my desire of myself on something that an old fucking wizard has to say.
With age comes experience and wisdom. It seems you've got a great many folk interested in you and your friends. Why, the Augustine Trading Company and the Inquisition are practically fighting over who gets to drag you back. I happen to have met an automated butler who seems very intent on getting close to you all. I've even heard tell that the family has interest in some of your companions.
We're a very desirable bunch.
Of course, my colleagues would simply want me to ensure that your heads are removed swiftly, so that they might go about locking your unfortunate stowaway back up. But I am interested. I'm interested in why all of you. Tell me, do you talk to him?
Who?
Who?
The big
I'm not
strong
certain
paladin that I've
you're...
decided to keep at my side? Or are you
Now,
talking about the
now.
child? Or are you talking... Yeah, there's a couple of hymns. You'll have to be specific.
There's no need to be coy, Coralia.
Unfortunately, you actually chose the wrong person to talk to about this. He and I are on a no-speaking basis. So sorry.
Well, isn't that interesting? Here I was, thinking that all of you were on the best of terms.
It doesn't change the fact that he's a lich. He's still in there. He's still a problem. Do you really think we're trying to do something nefarious with him? He's in our heads. Come on, you're smarter than that.
You never struck me as one who would be opposed to nefarious individuals. Forgive me if I'm so bold, but there are many whom would call you a nefarious individual.
No, they're not far off from the mark. That doesn't mean I'm
And
up
yet,
to doing nefarious deeds. Am I making you mad yet, or are you gonna let me out of here?
no, I'm afraid we have more things to discuss. Well, you're sound asleep, so I don't think you'll be going anywhere for some time.
Oh, I have some assumptions that the fact that you're here suggests that there's magic involved. So I'm sure it'll get through this.
You know us wizards, we can't help ourselves sometimes.
Truly.
Tell me, what does my esteemed chancellor talk about? Maybe not to you, but to the others. What does he say? What does he remember?
You know, we hate him so much that we don't even call him that. We despise that little tiny man so deeply that we call him Choom. Because we just don't fucking care.
Coralia. This is up to you. You tell me what kind of roll you're making. Is this persuasion? Is this deception? What?
I mean, I
How
feel
do you
like
think
it
you're
would be
being?
persuasion.
I think so too. Yeah. You very much in particular do not like Chew.
No.
So go ahead and give me
I try. I'm like, hey, dude, you
Go ahead
picked
and
the
give me a
wrong
persuasion.
person. That's gonna be a 14. I don't have a great charisma.
You hate him.
Mm,
You despise this little man.
mm.
Tell me, Hoffrey seems to think that by seeking out my old friends Kira and Goro, you might find a solution. He says that you yourself, in fact, claim to have notes, research that might be useful.
Hmm.
Do
Informative.
you actually want him out of your head?
Would you? If you got a tiny shard of ion stone shoved into your skull and then your existence started being sucked into it, wouldn't you want it out?
Yes, yes, I would.
Yeah.
And knowing the occupant, well, it would be even more imperative that it were removed quickly and
Well,
cleanly.
Martorius, then what say you about the occupant? Because a lot of people are suggesting that this entity is terrible, and I fully believe that. But no one is willing to say why. And I want to know the why.
Go ahead and roll me another persuasion check.
Come on, baby. I want to make this wizard my bitch. 17.
We both know there are things I cannot tell you, but
Oh, come on, dude. We are in my brain.
for the sake of building relations, let me tell you a story about a master wizard and his apprentice.
I am an avid
Well,
reader.
they traveled the lands extensively, learning spells, uncovering lost histories. They traveled with others, formed a veritable adventure. And they thought earnestly that the master knew best, that they could trust in their teacher, that they were making the world a better place. Once I could believe in fairy tales like that. But these are grim lands we live in. When we learned of the Chancellor's various protocols, we knew that we had to act swiftly. To split a being into their constituent parts, mind, body, and soul. It was not easy. But we did it. And now, in each of your heads, fragments of that soul are leaching their way into you.
Well,
Have you begun to feel any of the effects? Notice changes?
you have Hoffrey, right? Or did you just kill him? Really a waste of a beautiful mind if you did.
Hoffrey has been seen to. I agree, it would be a crime to deprive the world of his mind.
Ah, then you're not insane. So if you have Hoffrey, and he has already told you the things that you say you know about what's going on in this situation, why are you asking me?
Because I want to hear it from you. I want to hear your side. I want to know if there's a chance we can work things out. To
What
work
is-
together.
With Pemberton.
No, not with Pemberton. Pemberton was a means to an end.
Well, that robot is still chasing us, and now he has the Solar Imperium on his side. So, unless you have a estimation of what we should do in that regard, your focus is... Got it. I don't trust him. That is how I feel. I want him out. And Martorius, if you know what type of witch I am, then you know I can do it. And if you're honest, say you actually want to help with this situation, then you can prove it.
What did you have in mind?
I'm a wanted witch. A very big price on my head by you people specifically. And I want to go home. And the only way that we're gonna have the information we need in order to get this guy out of my head is for me to be able to walk in there without any problem. From the Theurge. I can handle whatever I left behind.
You're good. You're
It's
good.
like I left the door open on purpose.
I think we can
Curiosity.
work together. I think that you should know your home. The state that you left it in has drawn attention. And there are those, even now, who seek to investigate what you left behind. Now, the magic that is active there is, well, powerful, is it not? And if they wish to remain unharmed, well, surely they would have sought out an Arch-Abjurer Supreme.
Truly.
Even now they walk, investigate, remain unscathed by my hand. But idle hands, you know? And he just kind of swipes it. Oh. Are we understanding each other?
I believe we are on the same accordance, yes.
Return to your home. acquire what you need, and find Mira Tolson in Pravia. Then we will work together to remove your unwanted guest.
I have one other question. What do you get out of this, Mortorius?
The certainty that the Chancellor is neutralized.
Can I insight him? Pretty please.
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight. That we will be secured against his corrupted teachings and protocol. Go ahead and, yeah, give me insight.
16.
16. On a 16, you hear sincerity in that. You do sincerity bordering on like obsession.
Yeah.
Yeah, this man cares entirely too much about what is in all of your heads.
You were one of his students, right? I can assume that.
Yes.
What do you know about being sucked into a orb of annihilation?
Well, they are not called orbs of annihilation for nothing. It is an unpleasant experience, I've been told.
Quite. As is using your body as a teleportation circle. There is one thing, as an act of goodwill between you and I, that he did talk about. But more so, I saw. This is not something that he told me. This is something that happened when I got sucked into that orb that you dealt with. An entity beyond comprehension. Made of the existence between stars. There is something out there. And they know I exist. And if you know anything about that, I would request you tell me now, as an act of good faith. I
Give
can
me
do
one
another
final
die.
persuasion check, yeah.
I'm gonna try the new die. Come on, baby. 19.
19.
Slowly getting higher. I've only got a +1 to it.
What is it you think you saw?
Something that knows what type of magic I can do.
A time which yes, you were seen by something that knows what you are. You were seen by something that knows what you manipulate.
And nothing written on this plane that I have found. And I would have found it in 24 years of trying to find it. And I would have found it by now. What was it?
Beings that were lost.
And they are on their way here. And you know it. And I know it.
As does the Chancellor.
Does the Chancellor know how to stop it? Is that why you want him out so bad?
How do you stop a river? Or the ocean?
You make it cease to exist.
The Chancellor talked of many plans and contingencies and protocols for this event. It is not for a lack of trust that I will not tell them or describe them to you. It is for your safety.
I don't need you to describe them. I know. I saw it.
I wonder sometimes if the timing of it all, if this were a coincidence or if he meant to find a home in all of you. There are too many similarities, too many details.
What do you mean?
Well, you've met with Hoffrey. You know that you're not the first to be interested in souls.
You're suggesting that he chose individuals specific to be relative to you all.
All I know is that the Chancellor often acts the part of the adult mind. He is anything but. Plans within plans.
Absolutely. I know. There's no stopping it. It's like trying to avoid a hurricane. I will retrieve my spellbook.
And you will find Mira Tolson.
And I will find miracles.
And
And she
together...
will not arrest me. And together we
I'll
will
be
go
sure
to the
to
sanctuary, yes?
pass that along. The sanctuary? Interesting. I suppose it will do as any other place. When was the last time you were at the sanctuary?
What does that matter?
You know, there's a banquet coming up. Should make for an entertaining setting, if nothing else.
Oh, us wizards and our extravagance.
This has been pleasant.
I'm not a terrible witch.
Just a dangerous one.
Ah, I like to say fun.
Yes. Well, I will leave you with this, Coralia. Cross me, and this doddering skull in all of your heads will be the least of your worries. I offer a hand in cooperation. Only once.
I accept your good graces. And I will say in exchange, Mortorius, you've seen what I can do to one town.
Quite. Sweet dreams, Coralia.
Nighty-night, Mortorius.
And the figure fades into mist.
Ah!
uh,
I had to bring out all of her stops.
We can see that though, Blake. Whatever you have up right now.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Corey, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save.
Dim dim dim.
24.
24. We're good to go.
Good to go. Coolio.
Checking that for a moment.
Oh my god.
Let's stop. I'm
And
assuming we don't.
the rest of the night passes by without note, and you all wake the next morning. Coralia, you feel very tired.
John, you're making breakfast.
What?
You're making breakfast.
Okay.
That'll be fine. There's nothing bad's gonna come from that, right? I'm gonna get up and make some coffee.
Definitely the other best contender on this continent for dealing with the problem in our head
Vex.
than our previous plan.
Can we have a team meeting over breakfast, please? I would like to communicate some information, and I'm gonna knock on one of the walls and call to Dandon. Dandon!
What?
Breakfast! I will, ping at Elias.
Something is troubling you.
Oh, well, nothing more than impending doom. So I had a conversation with Martorius. Possibly. No, I'm pretty sure Martorius. And I think he wants to help. He knows the problem that we face, and I don't think he trusts Pemberton at all.
Definitely something everybody else would be better to hear.
He was gentlemanly enough, aside from the very boorish goatee.
You saw him.
He got into my brain. Do I know what spell he used? Worm his
Go ahead and
head-
give me an Arcana check.
Those.
I'm really good at those. 22?
The dream spell.
The dream spell. I figured as much.
Yeah.
I wanted
So
to make sure. Yeah.
of note, right? Dream spell was able to bypass the non-detectionology because it's not divination; it's an
Yeah.
illusion spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smeagoled his way into my brain, and we had a lovely chat among clouds and delightfulness of some kind. Anyway, we have a set of tasks, but they are the same tasks we had already anticipated. One of them includes going to one of the heads of the Thayerge, but that's less the problem. It's fine. They only kind of want to burn me. Or put me in an ion stone and then shatter me into a million pieces.
And do you know what of Offrey?
Alive? Would be a waste of a beautiful mind. He and I agreed on that.
That is what he said. That is not what he said. Never said the word alive.
I know.
Good.
Maybe
That is.
I don't know exactly. It didn't get specific. I'm sorry. It was
Offrey is strong. Hey.
He's your friend, though, and I understand why you're concerned.
I know. But he's strong.
Well, task is the same as before. Go to Riviad and collect. There just might be people there. Going through my things and such. There's a lot of magic I'd released that day, and I guess a lot of it stuck around.
Gather your thoughts over breakfast.
Okay. I'm gonna make coffee.
John's making omelets.
Delightful.
About 20 minutes later, Dandon finally is awake and comes walking into the room. Why do we have to get up so early?
It's 8. You're fine. John's been up
Dandon.
since 6. Did you want to
Well,
get up
what?
at 6?
Dandon will walk over and sit at the table and just reach and grab the first cup there and go, no.
Should we roll a die to see if that was coffee? Well, I mean, there's 3 adults here. Hopefully one of them was tea because of Elias.
Tea is also caffeine.
Oh, well, shit. So
Not
it's gotta
all
be
tea.
something caffeinated.
Not all tea.
Yeah, but
I
you drink
rolled-
matcha in the morning. That's canon.
I rolled evens and odds, and I got a 3, so it's coffee.
Oh, shit. Oh, Danda, no.
Like, takes a
Dandon,
drink. Like, sits there for a second.
John's hand is reaching down for his cup.
Just starts shaking.
John.
What?
He drank
I'm
his
trying to make sure this doesn't burn.
coffee.
You watch as the flames start to flick out of Dandon's eyes, and for a very brief second, the hair acts like it's gonna try and start on fire again as well. He's like,
Is there I don't know how to turn it off. I'm not a cleric. I can't gentle
And then in that moment, you watch as Dan and like, oh no, I think it's okay, and I like, and I clench, and all of the flame goes away. It's like, see, we're good. And then flames just start shooting out of my feet. I was like, ah!
Everyone's screaming.
It's radiant flame. It doesn't catch anything on fire.
I haven't had enough coffee this morning for that.
We might have to ban you.
I'm gonna cross Stanton. Just put her out.
Thank you.
You okay?
I wasn't going to help because you stole my coffee.
That was really cool, though.
Let's save that for something. Let's never do that again. Actually,
I actually have a really fun idea.
no.
Okay. What are we doing today? Oh, Blake died. Oh, Blake came back.
Okay.
Life.
Hey, Blake.
What are we-
Stream again, Choom.
Yeah, boy. Continue.
It's in.
Huh?
Hello?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
You may continue.
Anyway.
All right. I'm so tired.
Didn't you just wake up?
Well, you missed the family meeting.
Well, we have a brain link.
You were asleep.
I mean, you could have talked to me in the brain. That would have probably woken me up quicker. Nah.
Maybe I wanted to respect your privacy. Have you ever thought about that?
I mean, sure. That happens a lot around here.
I am the only one who knows where the door to your room is.
Yeah, you're the one who broke into my room last night. I don't think you've got. Was that last night? A few nights ago.
Peanuts, yeah.
I went in through your, like, regular door, though.
And that's still disrespectful of my privacy, now isn't it? Yeah, it
The
is.
door was
Isn't it?
closed.
Wasn't locked, though.
Interesting. I'll keep that in mind.
Hey, the only thing I'm talking about with the privacy thing is that we got the thing. There's never any
Oh.
privacy.
I mean,
Choom could just tell anybody what anybody's doing at any time. And we all know what you two are doing. And Choom didn't even have to tell us that.
Mostly sobbing recently.
Yeah. It's okay, bud. We got this.
I spoke to Martorius. Are you done yelling at all of us today? You are in a mood.
I didn't yell it once.
Your tone is yelling.
Me.
I
Wait,
can't.
there's like a like Dana does that, but then it like stops for a second. I was like, "What do you mean you talked to Martorius?"
Why do you need to know?
Doesn't that guy
Apparently-
suck?
Apparently, you are higher than all of the rest of us and deserve more respect. So, since you needed to sleep in, I guess you didn't need to know.
You guys are really extrapolating on the things that I said.
I'm gonna go take a little bit of time to get ready for the day.
Doesn't that guy suck?
I mean, doesn't the guy in our head suck?
Yeah, he does.
Seems like a pretty equivalent level of sucking.
Well, I
If it's
guess
at a
when you're
neutral location that we were heading towards anyway, I don't see how it's much of a shift.
I guess when you really think about it, a lot of those people that were coming after us so they could give it to him, not necessarily on his orders, right? Because that was the whole thing with Pemberton, right? Is he
Yeah.
was supposed to be
Yes.
transporting it,
Yeah.
so he
You're-
just wanted it. He just wanted it back to, so he could get paid,
Yeah, but Pemberton wanted to cut off our heads for it.
right? Which is bad. We
Yeah.
don't want that.
And now he has so many people on his side. Anyway, Martorius wants to help get it out.
Hmm.
I don't trust him. He doesn't trust me.
Good.
We are going to enact a task of good faith, and it might end with me burning at the stake. Who knows? I'm going to go to my room and go get ready for the day.
We probably shouldn't let the burning thing happen. It's bad.
Corey
And
goes
you're
off
okay.
to get ready. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Ashley goes off to get ready.
Yeah, I have already had a day. I pulled my whole like cunt era-esque Corey-ness into that conversation with Notorious. I have not had to be that bitchy in a long time.
And you are okay with all of this, John.
I'm about as okay with it as I was with working with any of Choom's colleagues.
I mean, Hoffrey was pretty cool.
At least this avenue potentially involves less of the entire world bearing down on us.
I guess it's just us, like, back in the day. Different employers. All equally as dangerous.
No,
shitty.
it's pretty risky overall. I agree. I'm willing to hear what he has to say. I'm suspicious that he never seemed to admit to Hoffrey's actual well-being. Just that wasting his mind would be just that. And that was about, I know Corelia summarized it for us, but, that was relatively shortly after he said he figured out how to split the soul, the mind, and the body. So, I don't know if any of the rest of you caught that little catch in there, but that doesn't sound like that promises safety to me. Sounds like they got his brain in a jar somewhere.
I'm just gonna
shock it and ask it questions.
I'm just content that we collectively do not trust him.
But I'm willing to listen.
Well, hope we don't die.
As you say that, Dandon, you hear Choom's voice. Is no one going to ask my opinion?
I mean, the meeting was called.
Does Choom ask all of us that or just Dandon?
Oh no, everyone. Yeah.
Corey will come come back out as in like her regular clothing and just be like, "No, you're not a member of this group."
I mean, he's kind of a member,
He's
like
a-
by default.
Yeah, he's like a captive audience.
Unwilling member, perhaps.
A captive audience works. Doesn't have member in the name.
I like peanut gallery.
But I
Since we're
mean-
gonna hear it sooner or later, what is your opinion?
Very astute, Elias. I am aware that my position amongst you all is less than lofty, and it is perhaps earned. But I have known Martorius for a long time. He can be charming, quick-witted, perhaps even persuasive. He is not to be trusted. And that is all I will say on the matter.
Wizardy.
I would like to make the comment that wizards are inherently dramatic and kind of bitchy. So, I don't believe either of what these two men say, because they're both dramatic and bitchy.
School of Magic.
Yes.
I think that's what bards do.
Oh.
I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
that's a fairly good point, but believe Martorius even less than me.
I don't believe either of you at all. 0%. I believe
Well,
in
believe
myself
Martorius
and
a negative percent then.
I believe in myself and my skill, and that at the end of the day, regardless of who might help us in this situation, it's going to be me pulling us out of here. So, we're going to get past this, and you're going to stop talking.
I asked him a question though.
Oh, what did you ask?
I asked what kind of wizard he was.
Martorius?
Yeah.
Abjuration.
Martorius is an abjurer. He calls himself the Arch Abjurer Supreme. I feel like that tells you all you need to know about the guy.
I mean, he
So in that
did,
sense, it's a good name.
he did trap that big ball of wild magic in one
That's
spot.
nothing. If you were impressed by that, Dandin, well, I got a few tricks to show you.
Oh my
It destroyed a seraph.
Eh.
Oh my god, stop it. I don't want to listen to it anymore. Either way,
I just wanted on record that I think going along with our Martorius at all is a huge mistake. And when you're all brains floating in jars, bodies splayed out on tables, souls siphoned into ion stones of your own, well, I'm gonna say I told you so. I'll find a way to.
That is a good point.
From what I'm hearing,
I...
you and Martorius are brushed from the same rug.
No, Chum actually trained Martorio, so truly all of this is his fault. Oh, no
Well.
sassy comeback about that. Oh no, the
We all
consequences of
have
my actions.
regrets. I'm certain you can attest to that fact, Karalia.
Ah, yeah, no, I've got the burn scars to prove it.
What's important is that we do not repeat the mistakes of the past.
I'm gonna say this one more time. And hopefully, everyone, including the one that decided to sneak into my dreams last night and fuck up my sleeping, will listen to me. I don't believe either of you. I have faith in myself to get this done. No one else. and it will stay that way, regardless of who offers to help.
Well, that I can work with. Could someone pass an omelet?
No. The sticky bun, not the sticky bun.
Is there anything else you'd like to discuss in your breakfast meeting?
What are we gonna do with the witch?
Let her out in the city. I was gonna give her enough money to get a couple of nights at some inn, and let her live her life.
Has she ever had a life?
No, not really. We both had it taken from us, but if the leader of that cult could learn to live a life outside of it, then I think she'll do just fine. Maybe she'll help with all the weird... I don't know. She'll figure something out. It's not our problem, though. And she doesn't... It's not our responsibility. We allowed her the chance, and that's far more than some would argue she deserves.
Oh, well, I have no objection.
Awesome. With that, then, you all finish up your breakfast and continue on your journey. It doesn't take the whole day for you to arrive at the outskirts of Pravia. It is late afternoon, 4, maybe 5 o'clock, when Corey, you see that as Pravia and the eastern coast of Terra starts to come into view, you are able to give Bethany directions if you wanted, leading to your home off the beaten path in the town.
I think the
Basically,
goal... Yeah.
the city is, in sight, not very far away at all. It's just your home is not in the city. So
Yeah. I believe the goal was to go to Pavia and drop this girl off and then turn around and go? Or am I incorrect about that?
I mean, we could attempt to ply our trade and gather some information about the area before we start blindly wandering into a wilderness none of us have experienced for how long?
I respectfully decline.
Oh. A long time.
Alright, then we head into Pravia. With the conversation that I had with Martorius, and the fact that he is the head of the Theurge, is it safe to assume that I will not be arrested in the streets if I walk into Pravia?
I mean, it depends on how quickly Martorius sends word, but
I mean, he's
yeah.
a wizard.
You would hope he's pretty quick with his messaging, but I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Maybe it might be safe to go get me supplies, and I can sit here and make some more anything. I just really don't want to be arrested again.
I mean, being arrested only has as much power as you allow it to have.
Which is very little, but it's very inconvenient.
I will say that like
Scarlet.
if your goal is for Scarlet to get to the city, like if you were to like release her here, it's like a 30-minute walk to the city. Like it's not long at all.
Right.
I mean, what's our supplies looking like after
We
our
have
journey out of
47
the mountains?
health potions.
I meant shit we eat, Chum. I mean shit we drink, like food. I'm talking about.
We had said that from when we left the care up in the
We have
mountains.
winter clothes. Oh, I
we
guess
had
there.
we had enough food. We stocked up on enough food to get us to Pravia. With the expectation to have to stock up again in Pravia for like
Not trash.
rations and stuff.
I think that's about because it was like 3 weeks or so that we got food's worth. I think, or
Correct.
40 days. I think it was 40 days. So we have some extra, but it would still be good to replenish. At least fill our larder.
Okay,
Alright.
so heading to Pravia then?
To Pravia.
Awesome.
Get some information, get some supplies, head back.
I want to sit up on top of the cart in the sniper's nest and just kind of watch this fucking terrible place go by. I want to check out Astoya, man.
Scenic Estoyan countryside.
Yeah, exactly. The endless swamps and barren coast of Eastern Estoya beckons. I will say, for Dandin up in the sniper's nest, as you're approaching the city, certainly something nicer to look at draws near.
Oh hell yeah!
So Pravia is, again, it's the capital of the province of Ravo. Very much the seat of power for the Majocracy that helps keep this province out of the grasp of the Crimson Court. You see a fairly large city here, well developed, stout walls, clean streets. In general, the populace that you start to see as you enter the city is... You're seeing like a lot of just mages walking about. Folk dressed in robes, carrying staves, spell books at their side. You're seeing magic being practiced fairly frequently and freely. Spells cast without, worry of inquisitors or witch hunters descending upon them. This is not the place to fear magic. No, this is where magic is feared and rules. Further east is the coast, where, shrouded by mist, lies the island that the Ravencourt Sanctuary is built upon, and where the true seat of power for Ravo is. As you enter into the city, though, there are guards that look up and read the sign. Killjoys traveling apothecary. Look at John. Are you seated behind
Yeah.
Bethany? Yeah.
Yeah, as we're coming into town, I would be for sure.
You see the guards here. Their spears are glowing faintly with a magical aura. Appear to be carrying, enchanted weapons and armor. Right, state your business.
We just had a nice, wet, and he shakes, the remainder of the snow off of his cloak. Trip down from the mountains. We need supplies, and as it tends to be in our lovely world, many folks need our assistance.
No, I've got a cousin who should see someone about their cough. Yes, very well. enter. And they wave you through the city, no problem.
You guys ever think about the like just line of because you know like carriages don't have like a really big like front portion, but like there's enough to like set stuff at your feet, just the like line of John's junk, like a shield and a gun and a hammer and a sword and another sword.
I'll clamber down and I'll sit next to John as we ride through the city.
Yeah, you ride through the city, and I'll say keep things moving along. You would be able to find somewhere to stock up on provisions with no difficulty at all.
Well, I guess the only
Inside.
real question is how long we feel like staying.
Yeah.
What do we? I know the cart is like super magical, and we have a lot of cool stuff in there. Do we have like pantries and stuff that we can fill?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It won't like magically preserve food or produce,
Sure.
but you can store. You can get your stocks loaded.
We should.
No
We
problem.
still want to get like dried meat and stuff for traveling and all.
Get some
Mhm.
canned fruit. Any jars
Yeah.
of fruit?
Time to replenish.
Yeah. Let's see. So we spent 2 weeks coming down from the mountains,
Correct. Yeah, it was 1 week through the mountains and then 1 week to Pravia.
and we had about 5 weeks of food. So, how much will 2 weeks worth of supplies cost us? Monthly.
2 weeks of supplies, you said?
Yeah.
2 weeks of supplies
Because we've still
will
got
run you for 1, 2, 3, 4. For 4 people, yeah.
Oh, I guess we did take on an additional person, so we probably fed her an extra mouth for a week. So we're probably down to like 2 weeks of supplies. So I guess 3 weeks worth.
All right. So for 3
4.
3 weeks, then we'll say 30 gold.
30 gold.
Easy.
Yeah, that'll be food and drink.
I'll take that out of the Hoffrey gold.
Yeah, that's the fund. That's where the 100 went in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is like ration supplies. Like it's not the best quality. If you wanted to get like better food, you could. But
I mean, considering what
this
we
will
have
last,
inside
yeah.
the cart, would we be able to get some more like raw ingredients? It's like
yeah, you
flour
can like
and shit?
supplement that.
Yeah,
Additionally,
okay.
for sure. Yeah. You can supplement that for I'll say like another 30 gold for just like better quality stuff. Less
Okay.
of it, but yeah. That'll
We
get
still
you
have a fair
3
amount
weeks
of
of
food.
yeah,
Yeah.
of the better shit.
Fair amount of food and a lot of people that know how to cook. We're doing good.
We're out of eggs, so that's nice.
No, that's a problem. I need eggs. We need eggs. I may use eggs way too often.
No, that's why I got a bunch of eggs.
Awesome.
Or
And then
we
I'll say
can buy chickens.
there was mention of seeking to ply your trade as well. See if you can generate some while you're in town. Perfect.
I'll ask
Yeah.
the shopkeeper.
Is there a temple district or anything similar, or a traveling apothecary, and that feels an appropriate place to pop up, as it were?
Temple district, not so popular. Healers, there's healers though. You might want to swing by. You're seeking help, yes?
No, we're providing it.
Oh, yes. Okay. Southern Gate is where many folk stop. Find room and board. South is not so good this time of year, so you have easy time finding people to help.
Thank you.
And I'll tip him. Yeah, money is ephemeral. I'll tip him a gold piece.
Perfect attitude to have. Yeah, and then as you drive the cart to the south, you see that indeed there are like many refugees from Soma seeking to escape the Crimson Court's machinations. Many of them, your experience tending to those soldiers and the trench foot they have prepare you perfectly for this, as their time in this black mire, awful. They are suffering quite severely from the flee to the north. So you're able to help and see too many of these refugees, but also just like the soldiers who assist the mages in their clashing with the undead. Many soldiers, the Sloyans, are eager to find refuge in the Killjoys' cart.
Does anyone want to talk about the guys with glowing magical spears at the entrance and the sea of people right behind them whose the majority of their problems can be fixed with a wave of at least her hands? I don't know.
They're
Feels a
brutal.
little just like an interesting allocation of resources.
How many do we sell any potions while we're out
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
road?
So let's do a roll for that. Someone just go ahead and give me a luck roll.
I'll do it.
D20.
Come on. Any ye sick or injured, find respite and aid the Killjoys traveling apothecary.
A
The
one.
dead cat was perfect.
All
One
right.
now,
So at a minimum, you're going to, see some people. Go ahead and roll 1d10.
7.
You are able to generate 70 gold worth of good souls, people seen to, medicine practiced.
So that would be about 3, because they're 25 each. So
Gotcha.
about 3 potions of healing.
Man, if any like local businesses find out about how much we're selling this shit for, they are going to come for our throat. We are undercutting them so deeply.
I mean,
Half price?
no,
That's a deep cut.
no.
No, health potions cost 50 gold. A basic health potion in the
Oh, you're right.
PHB is 50 gold pieces.
Then we sell 1 and some extra shit. That's what we did then, because I thought they were 25, but no, if we're selling them for 50 a piece, then because
I mean, that's up to you if you want to
Yeah.
be.
I mean, do we want to be participating in capitalism that hard? Because do they really cost 50 gold pieces to make every single one?
It took her 5 minutes to make all
Actually,
of them.
it takes me 10.
Yeah, so
And I don't even use my hands. I make the spider do it.
Right, but how much did the stuff you used cost? That's what I meant.
Mm.
I'll say we sold 3 then. We'll sell them for 25 a pop.
Sounds good.
How much does it cost to just replenish my supplies? Like herbalism and
Oh
whatnot,
yeah,
and
your
the
personal
tea.
herbalism and your tea kit. Roll a d10 for me, please.
Come on, roll low. 8.
It's going to cost you 80 gold.
Oof.
Prices for tea in Pravia extremely steep.
Ba-dum-ts.
Yeah. And you start to look around and you're seeing just like the amount of mages walking around like drinking tea. Yeah, this is a bad place to try try and buy tea in.
My kind of people.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll run you 80.
So much money. should not try and steal anybody's spellbooks here.
No.
No.
And then we just let Scarlet just fuck off, right? As soon as we got into the city.
Get the fuck out of my cart.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
we
John,
have-
you walk
Yeah,
into
I'll
the
take care of
room
that.
and you see Scarla. Again, she's conscious, like you guys have been tending to her, but looks at you.
All right. Well, welcome to Pravia. You should fit in pretty well here, honestly. They might get snooty about the tattoos, let's say. But you are alive, and
I will pull out like an old set of clothes as well as a like old traveling cloak that I probably wore into like Morencia at the beginning of the campaign. And I will hand her 20 gold pieces in a pouch.
We're
feel free to leave
generous.
whenever you'd like. Best of luck, Scarla. I hope you make something out of yourself.
As you say this and hand off all of this, her hand catches yours for a moment. For strapping everything on, putting the cloak on, looking at you. Just nods. I hope so too.
And Scarla, perhaps a direction to point your errant interest as you find your footing. I think you should keep a very close eye on the stars.
I'll be certain to do that, John.
You know, before they burned it down, evidently my name was Nolan.
I pat her on the arm, and I step back into the cart for whatever stuff we're gonna start taking care of.
Yeah, Scarla looks up at you as you walk into the cart, and as door closes behind you for a moment, you think you might have seen a smile on her face. Before the hood goes up, and she is quickly lost in the crowd of Pravia. As the late afternoon, passes you by, you replenish your stores, ply your trade, and before long, the sun is set. Though the sun indeed is rarely seen in Estoya. As the day ends, are we spending the night in Pravia in the cart, finding room in an inn, or departing the city?
I don't see a reason why we will ever have to sleep in an inn again.
You can delete that red dog map. Like, we're never going back.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, I guess you might need
No,
to
no,
mug us in a red dog at some point. So that might
Yeah,
be perfect.
yeah, word. Yeah, what's up, Dan?
We're in a city.
We are indeed.
I want to find transient youths playing marbles.
It's magic marbles.
Yeah, truly. You go
It's
out
marbles.
in the evening after you've all shared a dinner together, and you have to look around for a little while. You're noticing like you haven't seen like a whole lot of just young people, almost like kind of period. It's mostly adults and young adults, but eventually you wander and find yourself in a more residential area, and you see some kids your age, some early teens out and about, and indeed you see that the marble game going on is a little bit more magical than you're used to. All of the marbles are just floating,
Oh,
and the children have formed a ring, and they are just flicking their fingers, and the marbles are shooting across and smacking into each other. This is a no contact, purely magical game of marbles going on that you spy.
ooh. Yeah. I will. I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna soul burn for this because that seems like a terrible decision. I'm just gonna cast regular old magic stone on my pouch of marbles as I walk up. You go.
Mm-hmm.
You got room for one more?
Hey, where did you come from?
Oh, here, there, and everywhere.
All right, let's see what you got.
Yeah.
And you're able to get in on the marble action. Yeah, you send out the magic stone, and you're used to, whenever you play marbles, a little bit of pizzazz like that, magically
Mhm.
getting a rise out of people. Just absolutely no reaction from these children
That's
living in
okay.
a magical city like this. They are used to that. This is
That's
mundane to
okay.
them.
I'm still
Yeah.
gonna kick their ass.
Go ahead and give me that sleight of hand.
Uh, 31. I rolled a 19 plus 12.
Oh, I also rolled a 19. I do not have a plus 12 for this child mage, though. So yeah, you engage in a very, honestly, impressive game of magic marbles here. The child you're facing off against is clearly like growing up to be a very gifted mage.
Yeah.
But you are able to edge them out all the same and secure victory. See the kid looking at you.
Whew.
What is your name?
Dandon. Pleasure to
Dandon.
meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. You sure you're not Dandon? I've never heard of a Dandon before.
Oh, I'm just visiting. We just came into town.
How old are you?
14?
Very well.
Insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, did you just show this kid up really hard in front of all of his friends?
22?
22. Yeah, this kid is like quite flustered, isn't quite sure how to handle the situation.
Sure.
Well, we'll see you around, Dandon.
Okay.
Just made an arch nemesis, dude.
If you're ever looking for a real game,
Oh.
you should seek out those at Ravencourt. I'm told that they play marbles like no other.
That's good to know. I mean, you did some really cool stuff.
My brother's there, you know.
Oh. That's really cool.
Yes. Well,
I have a question. Is he does he have a little tiny like a baby wizard spell book, or is he like a sorceress magic, or what's he using?
has a spell book at the side, yeah.
Okay.
Certainly.
I just sit there and I go, Corey said it's really rude to talk about innate magic. to wizards.
You can ping back to mom.
Yeah. I send a message out to Corey and I say, Miss Corey, I just beat a wizard kid in marbles and I think he how do I make him not hate me?
Show him something cool.
Okay. Hey, before you go, do you want to see something cool?
What? What is it?
Oh, by the way, did I win any marbles from this game?
Yeah, we'll resolve that after.
Perfect. I go, what can I do that's cool? What can I do that's cool? Oh, I got something. And I was like, I have to test this before I'm around the other guys because they won't let me test it inside. And I reach into my pouches and I pull out a little pouch that I stole from Hoffrey's so long ago at this point, and I pull out a single coffee bean and I tuck it away and I go da, 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 and I hope
What?
and I crunch it and eat it, and I start to jitter, and all of the flame starts to lick around. And then at the last moment, I force all of it down into my feet again, and I cast, for the first time, Kinetic Jaunt. And as I do, I activate my roller skates, and I start to do a magical roller derby. do, 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 do.
You see one of the other kids is like, Sonia, what is wrong with them? I don't know. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's fun! And I'm essentially, with the addition of Kinetic Jaunt, I'm rollerblading like up walls and like around the place, and I'm just like, woo!
Yeah, it takes a few moments before your enthusiasm starts to wear off on these kids, and some of them start kind of like, bopping up and down a little bit, and one of them was like, watch this, and just like misty steps on top of a roof, and they all kind of start horsing around too magically.
I like go up and I give them a high five and I go back down the other wall.
A kid like jumps off and like casts pyrotechnics, and then their friend casts featherfall on them, and yeah, just a bunch of youthful magical shenanigans start happening here.
I will ping to Danon. Did it work?
Probably.
You see, there's a kid like juggling like fire bolts, and then one of them goes up and it blows up as a fireball, and you hear like alerts being sounded, and you see some adults like looking down the alleyway, and they're like, "Hey, kids, stop!" And all the kids bolt, and Dandin is a flash as they disappear from the scene.
And with 50 feet of movement speed.
Yeah, with 50 feet of movement speed, with a new marble, freshly won. This one, you're holding it, no check. You know that this is another magical one. You will be able to figure out what spell was cast in it if you identify it. Dandin, how does it feel, though, as you're fleeing the scene here, having played so openly with your magic?
Feels
not something that you do often.
Yeah, it was great. We were admonished by the guards just for being rowdy youths and not for possibly causing the magic apocalypse or whatever the hell the people in my home country were all freaked out about.
Yeah.
It felt great. It felt great to do stuff and not just immediately hear a witch.
Yeah.
Because we were all witches.
Yeah. All little witches and wizards. Yeah, giddy with that excitement, you streak across the city, and yeah, are able to find your way back to the cart in your own time.
Somebody's outside the car. They just see this little, it's like Looney Tunes. It's like a little yellow, like golden blur going, until eventually stopping right by the cart. It's like, and the flames sputter and go out. And they go, woo! Awesome. Miss Corey, what's in this marble?
Give it here. What's in the marble, God?
Things unknowable to the human mind.
Yeah, it's a marble of hunger of Hadar. That's what it is. It's like, phew.
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Okay. $72.
$72. As you're looking at it, Coralia, you sense that when this marble breaks, it will emit a fearful spell. When this marble is cast, the fear spell will be cast.
It's a spook spear.
A spook sphere?
A spook sphere.
Ooh. We could. That's cool. We should learn how to make these.
It's on the back burner.
Yeah, because I like kind of just. Whenever I need to do something, I just pull a marble out and like put as much of my energy into it as I can and fire it. But like, if we can put specific spells in it, that's cool.
I don't know if I have the arcane prowess yet.
Okay. Hey, I also had another idea that I think would be kind of cool.
Yeah?
You know how there's like some magic that like a lot of magic you just do it and it happens and then that's it. And then there's a lot of other magic where when you use it, you have to like focus on it for a while to keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
Could we like I don't know. I feel like you should be able to have like a battery, and you could force a bunch of magic into it, and then you'd be able to do the focusing thing on more than one spell at the same time. But I think you'd have to be like just for one specific spell. I don't think you could just like always be like, I can do this all the. But like if you had one thing, you could be like, this is the magic for that spell, and then I'll concentrate on the rest. Concentrate. That's a better word for it.
You hear in your head, Coralia, let the kid cook.
I'll work on some designs.
Okay. The only reason I ask and I hold up my shoes and I go is because I can when I drink when I consume the coffee, I can like force all of the magic to my feet and it makes me go really fast and it's really cool. But if I don't concentrate on it, I think I might blow up.
I see. Okay.
And you remember what that's like.
Yeah, it's quite painful. All right. I'll figure it out.
I can help.
We will figure it out.
Cool. I like this city better than the other ones. People like magic here.
Yeah, very much so.
It's kind of gross though.
Very much so.
All right. I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right, bud.
Danon heads off to bed. How do the rest of you spend your evening?
my gowns is in Pravia.
Uh-huh.
I would like to go see her.
Yeah. Yeah, you head off to your gown maker.
I
Your
will
tailor.
go
Well,
and it's my
Seamstress.
seamstress. Yes.
Seamstress,
Thank you,
yeah.
Jacob. I will go and take the gowns that have been damaged in
Mhm.
many fights, and go and see if any of them can be saved.
Yeah, you head to the shop. And you see the very old halfling woman opens the door. Dear, oh dear. Do my eyes deceive me? Coralia.
I know. I said I wasn't gonna come up here again. I lied.
Look at you. You don't look a day older.
Nah, that's because I'm not.
Yeah.
I will come in and I will close the door.
Come in,
fix
come
the
in.
sign so that it says it is closed.
Tell me, how are you? How have you been? It's been too long.
Since I left. It's been. Time is hard. It gets away from me, I swear.
And what do we have here? Starts grabbing at all of the gowns you
I
have.
have been, less.
What have you done?
I have been less
Coralia.
gentle on my...
Just like gives you a little smack. It's like on the side, like the side of your leg. Just...
I'm sorry.
Don't tell me, tell it to the gowns.
I have apologized, and I have tried to fix them myself, and I can't.
What? We agreed you would never try that again.
I didn't know I
Remember
was
the
gonna
gown from that ball you went to?
Ugh. Speaking of, I do have a ball that's coming up, and I have quite a number of people that I need to dress for it.
Of course. The Ravencourt Equinox is coming up, don't you?
Yes.
Wait, you said people?
Yes. I have a little group.
Group?
A little one.
How many are you seeing, Coralia?
No. There's a child
I
that
thought
we
you were
have.
one partner person.
We care for one child. A child that is a child is 14. And then I have a friend that is a dragonborn that I enjoy spending time with and making potions with. And
Friends?
then
You've made friends, Coralia! Oh, this is wonderful,
well,
wonderful.
we got there eventually. So
Well, you must describe them for me. Of course, describe them for me.
I actually have measurements already. So I will pull
Coralia,
out.
I knew there was a reason we work well together. Come here, let's see the notes.
Yeah, I will pull my notebook out and go over all of the schematics and what I had already thought of in regards to what they look like and everything. So
go. What are the outfits you're
I've
envisioning for you and your party?
Sent them to the Discord.
I think I remember that. Yeah, as well.
I think I sent them. Yeah, I sent them on January 13th of this year.
Character art. Booyah.
And I would like to still I like to hold out the thought that Kane will still come back. So,
yeah.
the hope that he will return.
Oh, these
God,
are
they
all great.
cook so hard though.
I cooked really long.
Oh, the Dandon one is fucking perfect. Jesus. Oh, these are all perfect.
Chat, did you drop them in again?
They're in the character art chat.
Wunderbar, thank you.
Wunderbar. I'll pin it.
Thanks, Chum.
Pin.
It
how do I
almost
pin?
took almost a
Pin
year,
message.
but I
pin
get
it.
my ball.
We're getting there, yeah.
We're all at almost 2 years, gang.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
full. Yeah, you were able to work with your seamstress and get some some mocks drawn up, and well, I'll be happy to get started on this right away, of course.
I am happy to put down a down payment if needed. Either way.
It does make it easier, yes, to
Yeah.
reserve the shop for the time required
Yeah.
to produce this. The equinox is coming up, so
I know,
we
and
want
it's
to
gonna
make
be
sure
very
you're
busy.
all
Busy,
looking
busy.
your best.
Yep. How much do I owe her? Now we get to look at other numbers.
Ooh,
Premium is ad-free YouTube.
get the hell out of here. There we go. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, go ahead and roll for me. Roll for me a d10. Yeah.
Roll a d10. Roll a d10. 5.
It's gonna run you 50 gold per outfit. So for 4, or sorry, for 5,
Yeah.
that'll be 250 gold.
That's easy. Okay. And if you need any fabric or anything, just let me know. I'm happy to go and get it for you.
Oh, I still have my connections in the city,
I know.
I'll be able
I
to.
I
I'll
like
talk
help.
to my guy.
Thank you.
It is good to see you, Coralia.
Hopefully, nothing crazy happens this time, right?
Look at you, so full of hope still.
I lost it for a while.
I'm glad you found it again. And I'm glad you've got folk to share it with. And judging by some of these outfits, some very dapper looking folk indeed.
Shut up. I'm gonna leave.
Just holds up like one of the sketches you have of John.
Hey. No flipping through the pages.
Awesome.
Yeah. I will head back to the cart.
and as per usual, whenever you work with your lovely seamstress, she on the way out, she gives you like a little coin that is a sending stone, basically, like a pager for when the work is done.
Cool. Neat. All right, I will head back to the cart. Oh, I will also grab more material for I just totally spaced out whether or not we got more stuff for potions.
Potions? I don't think we did. No, Elias got like tea supplies
I will
and
go
his
grab,
own like alchemical.
Yeah, I'll go grab some stuff for making more healing potions.
General. Sure. Go ahead and roll that d10, baby.
Beep. When?
Ooh. There's a sale. You find a sale and you're able to get, for 10 gold, you're able to get supplies to make.
Druid must have blessed their crop. Let's go.
Yeah. You get supplies for 20 potions worth.
Should I just add 20 potions to our thing because you're going to cast Fabricate tonight?
Absolutely. It's like
Awesome.
Monica makes them out of spider webs. Like she takes the stuff that it does, eats it, and then just makes it into spider web. It's horrible. It's but great.
These jars are awful sticky.
You need to let them set. Hold on.
Awesome. John and Elias, what do you two get up to in the evening?
Well, let's find a good place with a lot of people who got out exploring. Tavern with a bunch of I don't know, adventurers? Is that what they call people like us? Are we adventurers now, Elias?
Alright. Hard hand.
Oh no, I guess we should
Freelance.
go find a Red Dog Inn and toss a couple of coins their way for some drinks and see if there's anything noteworthy about the area.
I guess if we must.
Maybe there'll be a bunch of idiots who need healing.
And you two head off to find a Red Dog Inn.
An inn. I'm being real. I know it's out there.
You know it's out there. Yeah, you look, you see, a few local establishments. You see by far the biggest and most popular is the Red Dog Inn.
It's good for finding adventurers at least. You don't have to hit up all of the taverns or you don't have to find a job board. You can walk into the biggest one. I mean, they probably have a board in there, honestly.
You
They're
see
all
as you're
there.
walking closer, the board is in fact outside, right
Oh,
underneath the veranda or whatever.
Wild. Well, if you don't feel like being social, I guess you can read up on the local quests.
And I go up to the job board.
Yeah. Looking at the job board, you see that there is plenty of, freelance contracts for fighting in the Black Mire, for conducting raids into Soma, attempting to find vampire lords and kill them, to wipe out certain strategic locations. A huge kind of range of tasks of jobs, from more simple to more kind of high level adventures. Of particular note to the immediate area, you see that there was a notice posted that recently there have been a group of witch hunters and a few inquisitors spotted nearby. Location being Corey's hometown.
Some things you want to know.
Something to look forward to.
On some details listed, so it seems like Corey's hometown is a fairly well-known do not enter zone, very much enter at your own risk. There's details provided about something is wrong in this town. Time does not work as it should. If you enter, you will likely not return. However, what is odd is that these witch hunters and inquisitors seem to be unaffected by that magic. And Pravia, and you see actually that this is also listed as the Lady of Masks has kind of posted this one specifically. They're trying to figure out what's going on here. So any information that can be gathered as to what these individuals are doing at this site can be delivered to Mira Tulson.
All right. Well, let's go schmooze up some hunters. See if they know anything about the strip between here and there. You don't have to. You seem trepidatious, Elias.
No. I'll go.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll step into that Red Dog Inn. What you got there?
You step inside a bustling, rambunctious locale. You see plenty of adventurers sitting at tables, getting drunk, eating meals, entertaining themselves, sharing stories of the quests that they've been on. On the whole, again, I'd say most people in here are like magic users. You step inside. What do you do?
Go up and get a drink that I can sip for a while, and keep my ears open. Just listen to gossip for a minute.
Yeah, you go up to the bar and you get a nice mug of something cool and begin to drop some eaves. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
These old ears hear pretty good. 19.
19. At a table not too far away from the bar, you start listening in and you hear some adventurers talking to each other. Yeah, we checked out the site. It was, I've heard the stories and listened to the tales, but I've never ventured close myself. But fucking weird feeling as soon as you kind of get within about a mile, I'd say. Your stomach kind of gets in a knot. But we went further and it was bizarre. The sound was weird. You don't really notice the absence of it until you're faced with it. The forest it's alive, but that whole area is quiet, silent. Except for we heard voices. We heard the murmurs. Tavo here was able to listen in a little bit better, and they heard talking. The witch hunters, we don't know how, but they're in there. It's not right. How can they? Not even our best mages could get in there, and yet I don't know. Something's not right. What are they doing in there?
Elias lines in, asks
Oh,
a glass
hey.
of juice.
What's up?
Did the silence start when the witch hunters came?
Hey, Elias, I think maybe we should. Where the fuck? Oh my god.
The silence was there already. It's been there for a while. It's the whole town is gone quiet for years now. But the witch hunters are new. The notice went up, I think, last week, but we think they've been there for a little bit longer. I'm sorry, who are you? Do I know you?
Elias. Elias says, he turns to face the man. His appearance slightly changes from his more dragonborn look into more of a lizard form.
Uh-huh.
I just overheard you talking about the silent forest.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you wanted, the job's all yours. We got the fuck out of there. Something's not right.
Did any of your companions come to harm?
No, we got as close as we could, and then you can, if you know what to look for, you can start to see when things freeze. You can see it when, the branches stop swaying and wind stops blowing. Trust me, if you wanna see your loved ones, don't go further than that.
Oh yeah, that's too spooky for me. The job's all yours.
That's my guy.
let me grab you guys a drink.
Oh, hell yeah. What'd you say your name was?
Thomas.
That's my man, Thomas.
Enough with the easier jobs. And Elias kind of just talks with these guys. Is there anything else that they kind of?
Yeah, I'll say the last thing that you're able to glean is they also heard, aside from like the sound of humanoids, of these assumed witch hunters, they every now and then they also heard like barking, but like a very low guttural barking. Gave me the
Barking
fucking
within the
heebie-jeebies.
silent forest.
Yeah,
So silence, other than some
yeah,
occasional.
it's purely silent, and then every now and then you'd hear the soft murmurs of people talking, and then the sounds of something barking.
Okay. Well, you boys enjoy yourself. Goes to the washroom, comes back, sits right beside John. You heard all that.
That was really impressive. I'm kind of proud of you.
Look, something just came over me.
No, you nailed it. I was about to suggest we do that, but you were... Again, I'm very impressed.
Sometimes I can do it. I just don't want to.
No, understandable. Talking to people is exhausting.
And that's it for me for the night.
And like that, he was never seen again. Oh. Does anybody around the room look beat up?
Yeah, there's some that
Vaguely.
have some kind of like scrapes and bruises.
Scrapes and bruises.
Someone's got like a pretty bad burn on their arm or forearm.
As Elias and I head out, I will place a hand on that individual's shoulder.
May the Redeemer's light carry you.
And I'll dump however many hit points I am allowed to with my lay on hands into that
Yeah,
very burned individual.
Yeah, you see this orcish woman kind of just like looks up at you, feeling the hand on the shoulder, is kind of like starting to get up, but looks down, feels relief, the cool relief of your healing touch. Hey, thank you. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. Oh. stands up and just kind of like gives you a huge fucking hug.
Oh my.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's the stuff.
Offer your thanks to the Lady of Mercy. It is
Fuck that,
her
thank
gift,
you.
not mine.
Fuck that, thank you.
Pats you on the shoulder.
Have a lovely night. And I will continue to head out with Elias.
And you and Elias head on out. As everyone returns to the cart in their own time.
Actually, as we step out the front door, the door's probably closed behind us, and John will about face real quick, and then like open in and just pitch his voice up above whatever music, whatever bard is playing.
Yeah.
If any of you need to stock up on healing potions before you head back out into the vicious Astoyan countryside, you should stop by Killjoy's Traveling Apothecary. We're down near the southern gate.
A beer gets tossed at the door and smashes. You hear someone, fucking ads, man!
Fuck you.
And you return to the cart.
Man, it's hard to be nice to fucking people.
You're pretty good at it.
Thanks.
John's being nice to people.
And I advertised for us. There might be a bunch of adventurers coming by in the morning.
Yes.
Just be like mentally prepared for that. There might also be none. Nobody
Yes.
likes ads.
Do you guys think if I'm gonna keep pretending to be a gnome, I should learn how to speak gnomish?
Someone is gonna call you on it someday.
Yeah. I look at
You
Cora.
could just learn some key phrases.
Yeah, I look at
I
Cora. I
know
say,
gnomish.
do you have a
Just
gnomish
pretend you're
Like-
adopted.
like phrase book?
I'm gonna like reach into my and like no. This might take a minute.
Cool.
It sounds like a maybe.
Maybe. Alright, guys, let's catch some Z's.
You all settle in for the night and take a long rest. Following morning, you do indeed see several adventurers eager to purchase some potions before heading out into that nasty Astoyan wilderness. Go ahead and roll me a d10.
Any and all visitors are getting a complimentary detection of disease.
You see some sexually transmitted infections. One person has contracted lycanthropy.
Okay, so that okay, that's a lot to process. The STIs are getting a cute little 5 hit points from my lay on hands.
You see someone like,
Redeemer preserve you, dear gods. You really need to. I know they're not the best in the world, but do you know what a condom is?
oh, fucking what?
Oh my fucking.
How'd you
Ten.
stop
Not
the
making
itching?
condoms.
I used magic to stop the itching, and I
Bro,
handed
I've
a
tried
hand.
so many creams.
The Redeemer's Light gifted you another chance at sex again. These, and I hand him like a bunch of condoms, will assist with not contracting that again from the ladies of the night you choose to participate with.
Patent pending.
Just fully sheepskins.
Daps you up as they take the condoms.
As for you, are you aware?
Aware of what?
Are you aware? And I look him in the eyes.
Give me an insight
It's
check.
real, yeah. Okay, that's pretty solid. 30-20.
Quick nod.
Do you require some? I don't think I have the capability to cure. I don't think I'm that. Okay. Well. Do you need any supplies to assist with that chronic condition of yours?
Just here for the potions.
All right, my friend, enjoy. I pat him on the shoulder, and I don't say a fucking thing because I'm not a narc.
Yeah, as you don't rat them out, they leave you a nice tip. So you sold 10 potions. You're selling them for 50 gold?
We're selling them for 25, so we
25.
made 250.
Add 250. You also get a 10 gold tip from the
John, go ahead and add the 10.
John, you get that 10 tip.
As it
Appreciate it.
leaves, look, we have all kinds of manacles here, fuzzy cuffs, if you're into that.
Good boy.
You know where to find us.
I will return.
I'll be back.
Nice. All right, well, I think my goddess would be happy with me. Oh, and the I want to state, I forgot to for that interaction. The holy healing sections pricing is a donation bucket. For the people whose clap I cured, if they chose to give me something, they chose to give me something.
Yeah, the 2 people, you get 5 gold from each of them.
Hell yeah.
That's fucking funny.
I'm sorry, I just felt really skeevy charging those soldiers back when we were entering Astoria. It seems wrong.
I gave them free socks.
I feel less bad about it now. I did forget about the socks. That's good. I don't feel bad anymore. But I would feel skeevy doing it in the future.
Hell yeah. Morning business concluded. Breakfast in tummies. What's the plan for today?
Well, if we're all stocked up and ready, you ready to go home, Corey?
Fuck yes.
All right.
Martorius supposedly put some of his wiggly fingers on some of the people that might be in there, but then he wiggled his fingers the opposite way. I don't think there'll be a problem.
Yeah. There are a lot of Inquisitors snooping around the area.
Oh, goody.
Evidently, there is a large dead zone that is occasionally punctuated by the murmur of crowds and the deep, guttural bray of some hound.
Well, I mean, we freeze everything in time for 2 decades.
Other than that, apparently it's very nauseating to come within its effects. I don't think the area between... Did you hear anything about the area between here and there, Elias?
Did I?
Nothing of note, no. Like, it's Astoria, so there might be horrors lurking, but
Nothing other
less in
than
the north and the south.
normal things you'd see here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've just referred to it as Corey's hometown. What direction are we heading to wherever we're going?
It is, west.
Yeah, slightly west. Not that far at all. Corey, you are able to provide directions to John and Bethany.
Yeah.
And get the cart rolling along the path to your home. Former home.
Yeah. Well, my, home cottage is on the edge of town, so it was full of people when I left last. Theoretically speaking, they should still be there.
As you all proceed, Elias and John, both of you were in the bar and listened to a first-hand account of this town, of the surroundings. So you were quick to catch on and notice what they were talking about. That as you're traveling along this road that leads through the woods for the first part of the journey, you feel at ease. You are surrounded by the natural sounds and senses of travel, right? The sound of the wagon wheels of Bethany, but beyond that, the natural sounds of just the forest life all around you, forming an ambient soundscape. But as you continue on, the noises start to diminish. And you realize it's because ahead of you, there is this dead zone, this frozen area where you see trees cease to blow in the wind. You see small animals, a squirrel or a rabbit, frozen in time. And as you come closer and closer to this border, you begin to feel this sinking pit in your stomachs of nausea. But not just in your stomach, in fact, you feel it kind of starting to spread throughout all of your body. This deep sense of unease, of sluggishness, of stiffness. Corey, you would know that last time you were at your home is when everything went wrong. There was a time where you tried to return, and you found, just like your companions find themselves now, physically sickened by the notion. Whatever spell, whatever magical anomaly you unleashed on that day, that magic has long since left you. And whatever protection it offered you from this freezing of time is also gone. You know that to enter your home again is going to be quite difficult.
Is the nausea more of like a physical sickness or more of like an anxiety?
A physical, like, reaction. Yes.
Okay. Like
Yes,
the space I am in is now making me ill.
Yes. Yes.
Does my immunity to disease offer any protection from that particular facet?
No, this is not a disease.
Oh, I just feel icky.
Yeah, you feel icky.
Okay.
You feel it. Yeah, it's such a sluggishness that you're kind of starting to figure this out more as you're getting closer. Like, it's your body beginning to react to this time magic, this freeze.
I see.
The closer you get, the more it's starting to have an effect on you.
I have a question.
Yep.
Is it possible. Do I know any type of magic that might be able to counteract this?
I don't think so.
No. Right.
Yeah, I imagine Corey would have spent
A very
a
long
long time
Yeah. That is
asking
like,
exactly that question, and you have yet to find any answers.
I will begin to pray for the Redeemer's protection. A simple clerical thing. Yeah, that's where I'll focus my efforts currently.
You offer up a prayer to the Redeemer.
Question on that, Blake. As I have been perhaps reading more about just general, like, holiness in general and, like, how one conducts themselves as a member of a faith, in addition to, like, learning about particularities of these faiths, what kind of response do I feel as I'm beginning to deepen this connection and this understanding in specifying these prayers to the Redeemer?
In specifying these prayers and in offering prayers to the Redeemer,
Yeah.
you are always left with a hollow feeling.
Is it a hollow feeling of, like,
An
silence?
absence.
An absence.
Absence, yes, not silence, absence.
Absence.
It's like if you were to try and send like an email and then you instantly get pinged back like, oh, that email address is no longer active or in service or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you are all too aware that your message has been sent, but there is no one to receive it with that address.
Interesting. Okay. I see. Thank you.
You're welcome. As the distance between the cart and this dead zone around the village grows closer and closer, everyone give me a perception check.
$29.
8.
Natural 1. I am praying.
Yeah, eyes closed.
It's okay. That's what me and Elias are for.
I'm working on it. I'm shaking that rust off.
And 16 for Elias. Yeah, so Dandon and Elias, everyone is kind of, a little bit on edge as you're getting very close here. But the two of you notice right away a figure standing in the middle of the road. All too familiar figure, one that you two in particular have seen lurking in the woods before. A autonomous butler stands,
Bitch.
awaiting the arrival of the Killjoys. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight.
Fuck.
Rip and tear.
Man.
Good golly. Okay.
What's up, my guy?